Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining me. This is Living Divinity. I want to thank all of you and want to thank God for the opportunity that I can hold this session for you today. And I thank all of you who have chosen to subscribe to the channel. So, I was actually listening to another reader, and I'm sorry, I can't remember who it was. In any event, it said, growing up where there was no love and ascending to a place where just love is in your life, love and peace, no matter what. So there's many out there who I'm sure resonates with that. I don't know what it was like to live prior to 1962. That's the year I was born. I think the world has changed with women wanting their rights, wrong or right, okay. Women coming out of the home and going into the workforce. I have an understanding that, like during World War II, a lot of ladies chose to go into factories. They were assisting in building aircraft. They were doing mechanical work, welding. I really don't know all the different trades. I know I was blessed to meet a British lady who worked for Britain during World War II, and she was a code breaker. And she had a very interesting life. Her name was Gloria, and I say was because God knows if she's still alive. And she was in her 80s, right around 2007, when I went to Oahu, and I was blessed to meet her. Getting back to growing up where there is no love. When women started going out in the workforce, they were working their passion. Maybe they were accountants. Maybe they were bankers. In any event, it left their children, because both parents, I would assume, worked, and so they were left to be raised by other family members or daycare or babysitters. So really nobody can love your child better than you can. The thing is kids do not come with a manual. Life doesn't come with a manual. That's what I thought all these years. My manual is my spiritual journey of choosing right. That was instilled to me by my grandmother. I was blessed to have such a holy woman as a grandmother, to just love. So, as I was saying, there's many people who have grown up, say around the turn of the century, 2000, and they're out in the workforce now. They've gone through a lot of trials and tribulations, just living life, just as we all have. It is our responsibility to heal ourselves. We can't wait forever for apologies that are never enough. And I say that because apologies have to come with action. So growing up where there was no love, I feel that for a certain individual. And she's trying to do the best that she can. She's gone through some healing processes, but my intuition, my inner intel tells me that she has more healing to do, that she really needs to work on. So he or she, whoever this message might resonate for, If you're getting ready to join into a union, maybe it's a contract for marriage, maybe you're just moving in together, to come together and one or two both have masks on because they haven't done their healing. It's very possible the love that the two share can heal, but it has to be recognized. So say, for example, Mary, she has a lot of internal healing that she has done, but the big ones she hasn't faced. Like, how could my mother have left me? I understand she left me because she wanted me to have peace. But if she chooses to look at it at a different perspective, she could say, my mother was selfish. My mother didn't love me enough. As for me, that situation happened where I had to leave my daughter. And there were things said that she was coerced to say that was detrimental to her living with me. And she did that because, her dad said, if the judge doesn't tell me that you said what I'm telling you to say, when you get home, you're going to be in big, big trouble. So she was mentally challenged with what's right and what's not right. And she chose to be in the survival mode. And I never lashed out to her about it. I just talked to her about it. And I said, the next time you just go tell the judge that you're saying these words because your daddy said so. Well, that time never came. I had moved to Hawaii and she was in Delaware. And when I sought attorney's help, it was like 10 grand. And it was a figure that really just overwhelmed me. It was heart-wrenching. So through it, she wasn't the only one that suffered. I suffered. And my second husband was only so supportive. And I really didn't share a lot with him because it was kind of my issue, not his. And it became an impossible feat. He was working, and I decided to go get a job. And I thought, well, if I'm making $30,000 a year, I should be able to get this done. And then things happened and he lost his job. So everything I made went to supporting us while he was trying to build a business and trying to make a name for himself. And it's not that I put him before me, it's the living expenses it took. And then just trying to do things to make me happy, which truly wasn't really all about me, it was more about him. So in any event, what we need to realize to take the higher perspective is when we come together with someone in a union, whether it's moving in together or marriage or the commitment to be together, we have to make sure for our own heart that we're making the right choice. And it's sometimes when you feel like you're in love, you're ready to go head first and dive in. You're ready to take that leap of faith and jump for love. But who are you choosing? And who's choosing you? And what are the reasons? I think my first husband, I chose him because, well, we did have a lot of good times together, and I honestly saw a lot of red flags. I saw a lot of discrepancies, but the words "I love you" didn't match the actions. Where, I protected our relationship until I couldn't protect it anymore. And, I did the wrong thing, and I looked for love outside of the marriage. And that caused the divorce, that caused my daughter being heartbroken. That caused a lot of different things. And the relationship wasn't really because I got with someone else. It was because there was nothing left for me with my first husband. And I lost my daughter through that. So I feel like this message could be for my daughter, but it could be for someone else. She spent her growing up years after I left with, she had the love of her grandma for a while. And the weirdest thing is it kind of ended when her grandfather really showed her love. And I say this because she disclosed to me that she was Pop's favorite, and all the other grandkids were saying no, no, no. And then she asked her grandma, and her grandma said, yeah, Emily was the favorite, was Pop's favorite. So I explained to her that her grandfather always had a thing for Asian women, and I could never be that close to him because, well, not that I thought anything would happen. It's just better to be closer to the mom than it is the dad. And I got her to love me. But the love, it was tainted by the jealousy of her daughters. They didn't want to do anything with her, and I did. I wanted to get to know her. I wanted to spend time with her. I'd spend time with anybody that wanted to spend time with me. So I guess, and the easiest way to say it is, I chose to love for people who showed me love. And that caused a lot of friction in the family, where there were things said as to why I was being so nice to my mother-in-law that were totally untrue. And my mother-in-law's son didn't have a backbone. It didn't matter to him. And so I became distant with her just to stop people from talking. So here I am, so many years later, I went through trials and tribulations with my second husband's mother and sister, and they both conspired against me because they had Chris kind of, he would act a certain way for them that was inappropriate. And I say that regarding being put in a bad situation. Of course, he wanted to stick up for his mother or stick up for his sister. He was truly a strong person, but and he was righteous in a lot of ways, but he couldn't communicate. He communicated with his fist, and that's not the way that things should be handled, right? So I'm here. I'm deciding to relocate again, and I will keep my location private. And I've been very private probably the past year or two. Well, I've been here since December 2020. And one of the important notes is that if you've been following tarot for a while, you'll see that in December 2020, around the 12th, the readings became about separation. And it continues to be about separation. I had to choose myself after my divorce is final, and I spoke my piece to who I believe is my twin flame. He wasn't about it. He didn't want to know about it. He thought I was crazy. He didn't want people to know how much he really cared about me. So he started making up stuff. He was actually making up stuff before I even left. He was telling people that he was with me sexually, which never happened. And it was something that he said to boost his ego around his friends. Look what I tapped, kind of thing. And just one day, I kind of got that inkling, and I sent him a message. And I said, stop talking about me. And that was probably the first sign he ever got that how connected we are. We're still separate. He's still working through things. God wants me to hold on to faith, hope, and love. And I kind of feel like I should be obeying God. At the same time, my human self tells me, and I say human because, God's a spirit, right? And my higher self, my spiritual self, says to hold on to faith, hold on to hope, and hold on to love. I'm very emotional. Your mental health has to be healed. Healing your spirit has to heal. Healing any ailments in your body has to heal. Where I'm relocating to, I'm hoping to continue on my journey, giving you the readings and and having these little discussions about twin flames or pain and hurt and how to heal, and share my thoughts with you, because if it's not maybe something you are experiencing, you might know of someone who's experiencing it. And if I'm giving you little clues on how to heal, you can share it with that person, or it might be for you. I'm already determined to join a gym and start my exercise routine. And back in the day, when I could leg press 360, which wasn't that many years ago, it's like, 56 or 57, and I'll be 62 this year. I want to get my body strong so that I can keep going for the next 10 or 20 or, God blesses me, 30 years. And I'm determined to eat better. I'm determined to heal my body, mind, and soul. So when we're having bad days, I'm kind of blessed right now, because if I'm having a bad day, I just go in and take a nap. And then I wake up. People might say that I'm depressed. It's not that I'm depressed. That's part of my healing process. When things are bothering me, I just take a nap. It might just be a power nap. It might be a 4-hour nap. It might be a cat nap. I rest when my body tells me I need to rest. And it actually is a beautiful thing when you can turn off all the sounds, turn off the YouTube videos, you turn off the TV, even turn off the music, and just lay in silence with your eyes closed. It's very natural, it's very relaxing. If you've been watching me for a while, you know that I did this trial thing when I saw a therapist for 6 months when my daughter was just a baby. She gave me some great ideas. What was startling was I saw her about, 3, 4, 6 months later, and she was in seeing her therapist. I'm like, oh my God, what kind of therapist did I have that they have to see another therapist? But I guess that's par for the course. I don't know. I can just tell you that my daughter was born in 1996, and when she was like 6 months old, maybe 3 months to like 9 months, something like that, I went to this therapist, and when I ended it, I said some of the things she said helped, but it just reverted back. So he wasn't willing to change, and he wasn't willing to put in any effort. I'm sure the real reason is he didn't want to hear the truth. He didn't want to hear the truth about how, he's wearing a mask. And he has issues that he has to heal on his own. And he wants to pretend like he doesn't have any. That's part of our problems, right? Is our ego wants us to believe that we're okay. The spiritual healing that I've worked on, when I was in Hawaii, I had so many negative entities at me that sometimes my skin would burn. It would be like a person with 1,000 needles poking my skin. Not like painful, but just irritating. And now I say thank you, God, because I don't feel that anymore. If I'm listening to a reader and she's saying return to sender, I say it at the same time, return to sender. Sometimes I say it on my own. And sometimes I say it when I hear them say it. And I pray for protection. I pray for healing. I pray for guidance for my daughter, for my twin flame, for my oldest brother, and my other siblings and my cousins that don't care a damn about me. So, the word on the streets is that I'm a witch, and I must have done some witchcraft to kill my uncle, my mom's younger sister's husband, when in fact it was two of my cousins who were wishing that I was dead. And I must have said, return to sender. And that's what they say. The karma doesn't sometimes hit them, it hits someone that they love. I don't do spells. What I say on this channel is what I say. I know better that I'm not supposed to wish any bad on anybody. I know better not to talk bad about my ancestors. I know better that the dead need the honor and respect that they deserve. Even my uncle. He was good to me in some ways, and he was really bad to me in others. I can tell you that I'm sorry that he's dead, but I'm glad my aunt will finally get a marker that I can go lay flowers at. She's been dead for she's been dead since 2017 or something like that. And they didn't want to put a marker up until he died. That was what he wanted. That was heart-wrenching for me. So, sometimes, this card, growing up where there was no love, and ascending higher to always have love in your life. I can't really say that's for me, because I felt love from certain individuals in my family. The shameful thing is, the ones that didn't want me to recognize it, they put up obstacles so I couldn't see it. I actually have my calendar. I have this little flip calendar that has inspirational quotes on it. And it's still on September 6th. That's my sister Terry's birthday. And she was treated like she didn't belong. And, even after her death, I hear people saying things about when she was in her 20s. So what does all that matter now? Why even think about that? Why even bring it up? She did what she did. She experienced things that maybe they didn't get to experience. Maybe they didn't want to experience it. Maybe they wanted to experience it, but because she experienced it. They were maybe afraid to experience it. They dogged her out. And I say, she did what she did when she was in her 20s. She married the love of her life, and she stayed with him until her passing. That's what we're supposed to look at. That's what we're supposed to see. So, now that she's dead, the same ones that were attacking her started to attack me. And I said, no more. I gotta love you from a distance. They will never hear from me again. Not because I don't care about them. Because I told them they need to start going to church. They need to start thinking differently. And my sister Terry she was a teenager. She was in her 20s. She was doing things maybe people couldn't understand. Maybe they weren't supposed to understand. Maybe they were supposed to make a choice of, well, am I going to dog her out, or am I still going to love her as a sister? And so that's my message for you today is, no matter where you are, no matter what's going on in your life, before you speak any words that can hurt someone else, before you cast spells, cast illusions, cast judgment, whatever it is, choose to say, I didn't get to experience that, and I choose not to judge. I choose just to love. Love that person, because when God takes them, you won't see them until your spirit leaves your body, unless you're blessed for them to come to you in spirit. And keep ascending higher, so that negativity, it's like turning that frown upside down, right? You'll have good days and you'll have bad days. Every day that you're alive here on this earth is a very good reason to thank God. I hear readers say they wish God would just come and end this world. And I'm kind of saddened about that. And I say that because they're asking God to take them. The reason why I believe that is, when my grandma was alive, it was in the 70s. It was like 1972 or 73 when my parents bought the house in Orchid. But for the first 10 years of my life, my grandma was in the same town. And she was saying that the world's going to come to an end in the 80s. Well, it did for her. She passed away in 1984. So never wish that God takes this world and ends it. Hold on to hope. Hold on to faith. Hold on to love. Heal your mind, body, and soul. Everything's available on the internet. It's a matter of reading up on it, taking an interest, and applying what you know to your life. God bless you all. I really hope and pray that you all receive the healing that you need, that you're required to live a long life and be fulfilled, whether you have a lot or little. That God fills your heart with love and gives you a higher understanding so that you will stop judging people, not you, okay, unless you are. Pray for a higher understanding, a higher level of love. I pray for all of us. I pray that we will dive deep into our soul and we will understand that everything we go through, there's a reason we're going through it. There's a reason to make us stronger, to make us wiser, to make us have a better understanding of any situation. But don't use people to get your way. Don't use people because you haven't healed yourself. Don't put a mask on because you don't feel like you are deserving of a beautiful life. Know that you deserve a beautiful life. Being your true, authentic self. Know that God will come through for you. If you look at different times in your life where maybe you were thinking about suicide, maybe you were thinking about, I don't know, driving your car off of a cliff. I don't know, but something made you change your mind. And if you're at that space right now, I say, God bless you. God, touch your heart to know that that's not your destiny. The destiny of fulfilling your personal life with Spirit is the only way to go. God has saved me many times. What I saw in Hawaii when I sat up in my bed and I said, all right, God, I'm ready to take that leap of faith. Everything started happening for me. And although these people who are trying to negatively attack me, they think they're slowing me up. God's saying, take a pause when you need. Don't rush anything. I will guide you. I will protect you. I will love you because you opened your heart to me. That's how I feel God spoke to me. And He has always been here for me through all the terrible things that I've lived through. And I pray that each one of you know that you always have a choice of right or wrong, good or bad. Choose right, choose good, and God will never fail you. All right, people, so I'm going to end it here, and I'm going to do a posting on the readings, okay? God bless you all. It's Sunday. Enjoy your day. Love more. Judge less. Pray for the haters. I believe that's what Spirit would want us all to do. God bless you. See you on the next one. Sending you love. If no one has told you today that you are loved, I love you. And without you, there's no need for me to be here. So thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye-bye.